Hello and welcome to Fond du Lac Library's board game series. Today we're going to talk about Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is a train-based game where you build trains to try to get points to win the game. Ticket to Ride is a 2 to 5 player game, ages 8 plus, that takes 30 to 60 minutes to play. This is a game that I really enjoy. It's a lot of fun for me and a lot of my friends. It's also a game that feels very classic. It has a board and cards, and I feel like it will be very comfortable to people who are used to playing Monopoly or Sorry or Chutes and Ladders or something like that. It's a little more complicated, but it has that sort of feel to it. So it's a good introductory game to go from some of those classic games to more modern board games. The object is to build trains in order to get points. So how do you build trains? You have a pile, I don't know if you can see it here. Everyone has the same number of trains in their pile, but in order to use these to put on the board, you have to have cards to go with them. So this is, as an example, I have some cards in my hand, and there's an unlimited hand size. But as you can see, I have multiple cards of different colors. They correspond to the colors on the board. So if I wanted to build a train between Chicago and St. Louis, I would either need 2 green cards or 2 white cards. And then I could, if I did that, then I would get 2 points, because building a train with 2 cars, it's 2 points. If I were to build a train that has 6 between, say, Calgary and Winnipeg, that would get you 15 points. Another way to get points is through these tickets that you have that are secret to everyone else. So if you build trains between the cities on your tickets, you'll get bonus points. So if I were to build one between Kansas City and Houston, I would get 5 bonus points. Portland to Phoenix is 11 bonus points. Montreal to Atlanta is 9 bonus points. These are secret. No one knows you have these. You can even, if you get lucky, you can take another one later on in the game. But the thing you got to remember with these is, if you don't make them, you lose the points. So it's a risky gamble, but you do have 3 to start with. But yeah, it goes around the board. Each person on their turn can either place trains or take cards. In order to take cards, you have the home base up here that has 5 cards. This one right here is a wild card. If you take this one, you can only take 1 card. But if you take any of the others, or from the blind pile, you can take 2. Even if you pull a wild card from the blind pile, you can still take 2. No one knows what you have. But say I want this red card. I take it. It immediately fills back in. But you don't want any of those. You don't need another red card, and you don't need any of the other colors. You can draw a blind one. Also, like I said, if you were to take this one, that's all you get. You just get a wild card. So, on your turn, like I said, you can take cards from there, or you can place trains on here. So how do you place trains? Say I want to place a red train. I have 1, 2, 3, and then I have wild cards. 4, 5. Oh, and I have another one, red. So I have these 6, which basically allows me to buy from my own pool of cards, or from my own pool of trains. So I can either put 6 cars here to get 15 points because it's red, but I could also put 6 here in these gray ones. These gray ones are not color specific, so you can use any color of trains that you want in there. Also, if you have 6 wild cards, they can be any color that you want. So you don't have to have, say, 1 green and 5 wild cards. You could have just 6 wild cards here, and you could take any of those. So yeah, play goes around like that until one person gets to have 3 of these left, 3 or less. Once that happens, that triggers the end of the game, no matter how many trains anybody else has left. So if you take a bunch of cards but don't place your trains, you're not going to get points, and someone else could come in and end the game before you even have a chance to play your cards. So just something to think about. There's a lot of strategy in this game. But yeah, once that's it, the person with the most points wins. So you count up however many points you got along the outside as you go for your trains. You add or subtract your tickets at the end, and then whoever has the longest continual train that is uninterrupted, that has the most cars, they get 10 bonus points. That's it. That's Ticket to Ride. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you check it out and play it with your family and friends. And thank you so much for watching our board game video series. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time.